today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
Every week, people ask the same two questions. Are they ready to retire? Will their savings last for their lifetimes? Hi, this is Chris Wootton with Wootton Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. We help answer these two questions and many more that people have about their uncertain financial future. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know the client and includes a few meetings for the client to kick the tires at no charge. We provide a concise, one-page summary that helps the client get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for them. To learn more about Wootton Financial Group's process of helping their clients to a clearer financial future and to see their contact information, visit Cindy Cochran's show page on irlonestar.com/TCCS. Wootton Financial Group is a proud sponsor of the Cindy Cochran Show. Wootton Financial Group is available by phone at 936-449-5952 or visit them on the web at www.woottonfinancial.com. That's www.woottonfinancial.com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on the Cindy Cochran Show. It is Tuesday, and you know what that means. That means that Richard and I are going to be asking you to ask us anything. You can ask me anything. Of course, I have more experience than Richard does, so I might be able to answer it better, quicker, and with more detail. But anyway, you can ask us anything by texting us on YouTube, Lone Star Community Radio. I'm sorry. Yes, go to Lone Star Community Radio. And in the comments section, you can comment and ask us questions if you want to. But first of all, we want to, of course, say thank you to our sponsor, Chris Wootton of the Wootton Financial Group. And that number and all the information to get a hold of him. He was on the show last Tuesday. Right? Was this last Tuesday, right? Man, because it just seems like it was so long ago. And he's a great guy, and he is. And so he'll deal with your money, and you can trust him dealing with your money, and that's what you're always looking for, because we put our money in his hands, and and we trust him. And Sam didn't trust anybody, but he did Chris Wootton. He's a good guy. So give him a call, and he'll have it. You can have a free sit down with a financial advisor.
Okay. You're almost there. WoottonFinancial.com. There we go.
Richard, see, you're supposed to come in faster than that when you see me struggling. But I wasn't struggling. I was
making sure everything was up. I was doing other things.
I know. But you're a multitasker. That's good. You're almost like a woman, because a woman is the best multitasker of all.
Sure.
She is, because she can, drive with her knees, put her makeup on, beat the kids in the back for being too loud, and do a drive-through at McDonald's, and never blink. It's just amazing what women can do. Women are so good at, not every woman, but I mean just women in general, though, are just good at anything they want to do, because they know how to do this and make someone else think it's their idea. And it's okay with them. They don't have to be the glory hog or anything like that. So that's why they're so good with husbands, because anything that they want, they can, make their husband understand that it's his idea that he wants to get this for. Do you believe that? He's not listening to a word I'm saying.
Yeah, sure. I'm treating you like a woman. I'm just kidding you.
No, I love it whenever people that were talking during all the campaigns and stuff like that. That the stuff that they would say was just mind-boggling, because it really was a huge insult to most of us people who are sitting out there that are just the average Joes. That they didn't think we could see through a lot of things that were saying that just didn't ring right. When Oprah Winfrey said, listen, you have to do this and you have to vote for this person because you know what? We're all about to be able not to vote at all. It's coming. Where you're not going to be able to even go vote. So you better get the right person in there. And I mean, the stuff she said, of course, she was being paid $2.5 million. So to even be on stage with somebody, that's I think all the celebrity people and the pull that people think that they have, it's not there anymore. I think that's gone. I think that's just dissipated because, we find out they've been paid to say something, and that means nothing, and that they're not there because they really do believe that you should do this or that. So we can see through it. We've had enough. We really have had enough, and so
Have they?
I think everybody.
No, I think you're right. Go for it.
I think everybody that. No, are you going to fire me after I say this?
No, I mean it's. I think it's great, especially after an election, is how much people put so much emphasis on it, and then they find out like that Oprah Winfrey thing. I don't even know the full story. Is it just cost that much money for the set, or?
She paid her production people, I think it was $1 million, then she took $1 million for being there. And so that's why they went into debt. They had $1 billion to work with on their campaign.
Yeah, they always say that, though. They're probably just looking for more money. Let's be real.
And then a lot of people, all the staffers thought they weren't getting paid. They were starting to go like, we're not getting paid. And we find out she's spending all this money on everything else. So it was a rough year for her. I guess she'll start over. But the deal is that she might have to go be in an interview, and she didn't like being interviewed, and she's going to have to answer questions, and she didn't like answer questions, so she may not be able to get the job.
It was a mess. All of it was a mess.
It was.
But now it's over. We can move on. We can talk about Trump dancing. It's funny. This is the first time I watched the entire card of the UFC.
Really?
Yeah. I'm talking. I think we watched 9 fights. I think it was around 9 fights, and I really enjoyed it.
You did?
Oh yeah.
I just saw when Trump walked in and how people got how crazy they got, and then whenever he gave him the belt, they did the dance. That was so cute. That was really cute.
It was a good fight. That fight was.
It was a good fight. How many rounds did it go?
I think 3. That one particularly. But the whole thing, like the ones below it before him were 10 times better.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There was one fight where these two dudes, like I kid you not, like they just wouldn't give up, and like this one particular guy was just getting his face smashed in for like 2 rounds, and at the very end, he had enough strength to carry the guy on his back, and like he like carried the guy, like as they do jiu-jitsu and wrestling, so they're on the ground, and this dude knows he's probably losing. And he just has the strength to get him up, and the guy's like on his back, like a vermin, just like holding on to him, and he like stretches his arms out. It's like, yeah, and then just falls back and lands on it. Yeah.
Well, now, are you talking about the Tyson fight?
No, this is part of the UFC.
The UFC. Okay.
The Tyson fight stuff. So that was fun.
Now, how many rounds did that go? That's what I was wondering.
I think it went all the way. I think they did 8.
He stood up to him all.
Yeah. Well, that stuff. To me, it was so funny.
Was the guy playing with him?
Well, you don't know. I bet it was all rigged. If I had to like put money on it. Well, that's what. Okay, so this is a funny scenario. So we go. I'm with my family and friends. They're in town, and we go to the usual place everyone goes to in Houston. And they were like, "Hey, we can't show the fight because it's on Netflix." And apparently, some establishments can't play things or
right.
whatever. So I was like, oh, I got my laptop in the car. So I went and got my laptop, and I'll show you a picture. And then
was everybody standing
oh
around?
yeah, by the time the Tyson fight came on, like
You should
everybody
start charging for it.
Well, that's what I said. I was like, you just buy me a drink and I'll be okay with everything. So this is like halfway through the fights. You can kind of see it.
Oh my! Oh,
Just people just
show
like
it to the camera.
no, I'm not gonna show them. There's some nudity in it
Why?
because we're at the club. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it was entertaining. And one thing I enjoyed about it was everyone was so upset about the result, and I go, "This dude's 60 years old,
I was gonna say,
and he's fighting a 30-year-old. Like, what's going on with you guys thinking this is going to be a good fight?" Like, and I even made the point. I was like, tomorrow is going to be the best because the UFC is going to be on, and that fight's going to be fun. Mm-hmm. And all those fights are going to be fun.
well now, okay? So UFC was the day after.
Yeah,
the
it was on
Tyson
Saturday.
fight?
Yeah,
Okay.
Tyson was Friday.
Okay.
But yeah, my buddy and I, we were cooking, and I was like, let's watch the whole thing because we're going to watch football or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I found it, and we got it. And so I think it was from like 5 p.m. till 12:30. We watched fighting.
Goodness.
It was awesome.
What a violent thing.
Oh, it's awesome. One guy I think I counted like 19 elbows to the face while on the ground.
You mean?
Oh yeah, this dude was just yeah. I was like, look at this guy. There's blood. My favorite fight was there was two ladies fighting in the UFC, and they hit each other a couple times, but he didn't really know. And then they started grappling and rolling around on the ground. Next thing you know, they're both just bleeding everywhere on each other, and there's just blood.
These were women?
These women, and like it was just coming out, and I was sitting there going like, it's so funny. It's if this was like boxing or something, I can see them stopping the fight. But I guess the UFC, like, yeah, they got to wait the whole 5 minutes, man. They got to just bleed all over each other just for the 5 minutes, and then they can clean them up. Because it was bad. Like, you get like the one girl like gets up on top and she's mounting her and like comes up and you just see just dripping, just falling on this girl and just like,
Oh,
it was great.
Gross. Oh,
It was
that's
great.
horrible.
Oh, I loved it.
So, do they wear their hair back
Yeah,
tight?
I
so
think
that
like
they
a lot
can't
of the women do cornrows style. So
Oh, that way
you,
they
like,
can't-
grab
okay,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. And the guys are mostly like clean shaven and short hair.
Really? I thought.
Most of the guys, yeah, because you can grab it, like whatever you can grab.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So,
there's
That.
yeah. I
So
mean,
the UFC. What's it called? UFC. UFC. Okay. What rules do they have? Any rules, or is everything?
Well, I think like the
free?
main
Do everything
rules.
you
I
want
don't
to.
really know because I've only watched it a handful of times, but this is the first time I sat down. The only rule I really understood is if one person's on their knees or on the ground, you can't use you can't kick them while they're on the ground.
Oh.
If you're standing up, you can't just sit there and stomp them.
Well, there you go.
But you can, like, if you get down on the ground with them, you can just pummel them with your elbow. So
Oh, so they lay down beside them.
yeah, or mount them
Oh.
and just sit there.
or mount them. Mount them.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So that was like the only rule I really could see like they were disciplined in because I think one guy, even the main guy, I think he came up. The guy was like on his knee, like one knee, holding onto the fence, and the other guy just walked up and kneed him in the face, but he was standing up and just knocked him like right in the, and then
With
like,
his knee?
yeah, with his knee, and they're like the ref just came and was like, no, none of that.
Oh, okay. So he did say no.
Yeah.
Well, at least they have some kind of. But there's absolutely no compassion. You try it's to the death type of deal, right?
Well, it depends on the fighter, I guess. There's one particular fighter who's really nice.
There is.
Yeah, he's like, it was that particular fight that the loser picked him up on the back and was like, yeah, like even in his victory speech, he talked about how great of a fighter the other dude was.
Yeah, but haven't you found that people that win, in the beginning before they start the fight, they're all trash talking everyone, and then whenever they win the fight, then they're so magnanimous and say what a great fighter that was. It was great. It was wonderful, brother. But
no, there's some great characters out there. So one guy I love, I think he's from Albania or something. He might be Middle Eastern, but his English isn't very great. And all he says is like, "I will smash their face too." Anyone, give me anyone, I'll smash their face too. I bet you can look that up, type in like, and I will smash their, like, it's all he says.
that's the only thing he says.
Yeah, like in every interview or whatever.
I feel so sorry for reporters because Tyson his ear he bit. What's his name?
Evander Holyfield.
Evander Holyfield.
Here we go.
I couldn't. Okay, well, wait. I just about got it. Okay, Evander Holyfield, and them trying to get anything out of them was so hard because they just couldn't. I mean, and the people who the marketing department would hand me a script that they had ready for him to do, and I said, Has he looked at the script? I said, no, you just help him. You're going to direct him. You're directing him. So you direct him however you want to. So we started setting this up, and I give him the script, and he had the hardest time putting the words together and all like I'm doing now. But he is, he was sitting there doing that, and I told the cameraman, I said, how good an editor are you? Can we just change angles and do this? And so, all he has to say is about 3 or 4 words at a time. And we're going to...
Well, it's great. It was Veterans Week, last week.
Yeah.
And so during the UFC promotion, in between fights, they would have recorded segments of all the fighters saying, like, thank you, veterans. And some of them were really bad. And I'm like, you couldn't just redo that one? Because you can tell he was trying to think of, like, words to say. And he's like, veterans, yeah, you're great. And thank you for your service. And I'm like, is this like you could redo that? This isn't live. Like, I don't know why they didn't redo that guy.
I said we can put the script up, and they said no, we don't want him to look like he's reading it.
Yeah.
And I went, but he's having a hard time, and the agency's ridiculous because they.
But yeah,
said,
it was.
You can make it work.
Some of those folks are great.
Yeah. No, but Evander Holyfield was He's a really good gentleman, and he was nice, really nice to work with. But it's just he had a hard time talking. And I thought, man, I'm so glad this isn't, it was like the one that I don't think you wouldn't remember him. You're too young to remember. He was on the Oilers, and we'd have to do spots with him all the time.
Warren Moon.
No, not Warren Moon. Was
Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell. Warren Moon was like. He was slick. He was just
he got it. Well, again, that's not their atmosphere.
No.
So, do they really want to do that? And that's why everyone who wants to be something after baseball, they need to come to the Astros because you'll guaranteed an HEB spot, and you'll get all that training.
Those HEB spots.
Or the Texans. The Texans
hilarious.
now, yeah. But they even get the characters who can barely speak English, and they're still doing the best they can. So I think it's great. That's. Did you see they renamed Minute Maid Park?
No.
Yeah, they renamed it. It's some manufacturing company from Japan. They make like ACs and industrial stuff, and I can't even pronounce like Deacon.
Oh no.
Deacon or something.
From
like
Minute Maid Park.
Yeah, so it's like Deacon Park or something. And what's great is if I read that correctly, if you have your closed captioning on. It says like DI *** in park. Because I guess the closed caption thinks you're saying a naughty word.
That's hilarious.
And I think that's pretty great. I was like,
that's hilarious.
You got all these deaf people out there thinking like, what do they call this park?
What letter is that?
Yeah, it was pretty great. But no, I saw that and I was like, oh, I guess like whatever.
Well, it's just like we were talking about how
they have a huge plant out somewhere in like Waller County or something like that.
And they
employ like 8,000 plus people here in the area.
Have they bought the stadium?
They got the naming rights.
Just the naming rights.
Yeah, kind of like Enron.
Okay.
See, again, if I was a billionaire, I would have bought the rights and called it Enron.
You would just
I
to
think
mess with
that would be
everybody.
great.
And make everybody mad. Yeah. That's terrible because people, I knew people that were doing a lot of video stuff for Enron, and it was just like they killed them when that
that's
thing
great.
happened. And they said, "Well, we knew it. We knew everything. We knew it." I said, "Well, why didn't y'all tell anybody?" No, they paid
We're making
good.
money.
They paid good. Poor things.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty funny called it.
That's mean. That's really mean. But if you had such a good weekend this weekend, that's what we talk about. Because when I said, did you have a good weekend this weekend?
I did. I saw a lot of my friends and family, and it was there's a lot. I saw so many people. I was exhausted by. I wasn't even gonna watch the fights with my buddy because I got back in town. And he's like, "We're gonna watch." I think we were gonna watch like the Eagles game or something like that. He wanted to watch it. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna stay up. But then when we started watching the fights, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna stay up. This is good."
Oh yeah.
Because
Did you fix the food, or who fixed the food?
my buddy,
And what do y'all eat when you're watching all the bloody fighting that you watch?
goldfish. Goldfish is really good. No, we made. I was craving. You ever been to Texadelphia? You ever heard of Texadelphia?
No.
In Houston, it's old school. I mean, it's Philly cheesesteaks, but it's called Texadelphia. Like they had a great location on Westheimer. I used to go there when I was like a little kid after baseball games and stuff. And I looked them up, and there's only one location now on I-10 in like Echo Lane or something like that. And I was like, I really could go for one of those right now. And so I texted my buddy, and he's like, "Oh, we'll make those Sunday."
Did you DoorDash it?
No, we made them.
You made them.
We made Philly cheesesteaks. They were so good. I ate 2 of them.
Aren't they like hoagies?
Yeah, they're big. Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, I'm telling you what.
I'm going there Saturday too.
We have to have an intervention with the kids and myself and
Too
their
much
mom.
door dashing.
Yes.
Did you look at Kamala's budget for DoorDash?
No.
They're legit. So there was an article written about it.
There
How
was.
much food they door dashed, which is great to me.
I'm so ashamed. And
Well, that blows my mind. Like I was talking to one of my good friends in Austin, and they DoorDash a lot.
see,
And I was like, man, I don't.
I told Chris, I said, Chris, if there's this is any indication, and could you just put us in the stock market of DoorDash?
Yeah, no, I mean it's expensive. I don't get that. But then again, I like to cook and I like to do my own thing. So
Well, I mean, groceries are expensive. It's expensive. It can't be as expensive as door dashing, but it's so convenient, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
get hooked on it because everybody comes home and they're just too tired. And, I don't want to cook. I don't want to cook. I don't want to cook. And so we'll
No, I get
DoorDash it, and they have
get it.
it's there within the hour. It's perfect. So, but we got to have a meeting about that and start talking about when you can and when you can't, and only if nobody's here and you don't have the car and there's not a car available to go.
But I
get
also
it.
like when I order pizza, I went and picked it up.
Well, if you order pizza, you want to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean most of the time that's what I do. I don't get food delivered to the house
Oh, okay. You
because I don't want people to know where I live. I had friends stay over one time out in Montgomery, and she was working in the morning, and she got the doorbell rang, and it was DoorDash, and I was like, "We get DoorDash out here? That's pretty cool. I didn't even know that."
Oh, so have you ever DoorDashed?
No, not there. The only time I ever done it is I'm staying at a friend's house,
Yeah.
and they had to go do something, and I'm like, I don't really want to go through their pantry and cook something,
Yeah.
and then I want to be here.
And you don't have your car there?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm like, there you go.
That's it. It's perfect for that. And my relatives, so my relatives use it to, when the kid comes home from school and stuff,
Yeah.
you DoorDash for them, and there they are. It's perfect.
But usually, like if I'm going, like for example, here I go to Mr. Taco just to get queso, just in case.
Is it better queso than?
Well, it's just right by the house of the
Oh,
person I
okay.
go to. So I was like, hey, I don't really know what we're doing for dinner, but I'm gonna get queso
Have you
with
tried?
ground beef, and then I want to. That way we have something, and I'll just pick it up on the way there.
Well, have
we
you
have
tried
something.
Sonic's queso fries? I told you. I mean, you got to try. It's the best queso. I don't know where they're getting that queso from.
Yeah.
You know, because usually, sometimes you can tell when somebody just got a block of cheese and they just melted it and that was it. They didn't do anything to it. But this is so good. And now, you know, and I wish I'd never said anything on the radio, because now when you go, they have got so many different variations of the queso fries. They said, oh, I couldn't understand what the kid was saying. So I just said, I want queso fries. And then he goes, la la, something. And I go, okay. And it was they put bacon in it and they put something else in it. But it was just, all I wanted was a queso fries. They're delicious at Sonic. So are you looking at the menu?
No, I'm checking stuff.
Oh, okay. Am I interrupting you?
No, I just got to make sure this is up. I'm waiting for it to.
Oh, is it?
We're fine. Keep
okay.
talking.
All right. Anyway,
but so I had a lot of good food.
It's
and
great.
You're great, and everything's great.
Wait.
Did you see that Deadpool and Wolverines on Disney Plus? I saw the ad for it during the fight, and I was like, "Oh, where's Cindy?"
You know, it is on.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, I want to watch that again. That was so good because, you know, I was so inhibited from laughing out too loud or doing anything to embarrass you, except falling down the steps.
Falling down the stairs, and then not knowing what you wanted to eat, and then it was like.
Okay, but here's my. If anybody even near my age, I know there's probably not anybody listening to that, but near my age, and your grandchild says, let's go see Red One, and we'll go see it in 4D. I went, 4D? How could they get 4D? So it's the kind that makes you feel like you're there.
So you saw it?
So I went and saw it, and it started. And those chairs started going like this, like
Did you
this,
like that?
like that. I was laughing so hard because it was so funny. Everybody, you know, is going through this, and I'm going, this is so weird. And then the movie started. That was just warming you up to let you see what it was going to be like. And then the movie started, and all the fighting and the shooting and all the stuff that goes on. And it's about Dwayne Johnson is the Santa Claus bodyguard. And I thought, how much could it shake? It's snow. And so then the snow comes in your face. I mean, it's wet, cold, wet water that's spraying on your face. And so I went about 10 minutes in that, and I got up, and Cash said, where are you going? And I said, I'm just going to go sit on the steps. He said, you're going to sit on the steps? I went, yeah, and hold on to that bar where you hold on to walk down the steps. And I said, so I sat, crunched over so people go past me, and holding on. That was the most disturbing thing that I'd been through. I really felt like there was some kind of horrible thing happening outside, or we were being bombed or something, and that's what we were going through. I just couldn't. I mean,
you had PTSD back from hiding under the desk days at school.
You know, that if any of us had an inclination of all of what that was for while we were doing that, we always thought it was just funny and fun. And then we went and they showed us a movie. Everybody came in the auditorium. Oh, yeah. They showed us a movie that was horrible.
Yeah.
And
because I always felt the same thing about fire drills. Because in my mind, I always thought, what happens if there really was a fire? So you have hundreds of kids out in the field just watching this building burn. And it's just kind of like, do you really want hundreds of kids just to be like, look at this? I wonder if anyone's inside.
Well, I went to school, elementary school, in a log cabin. And it was the only it was a big, huge log cabin that they made. It was a retirement home. And so the Churches of Christ bought this and made it a school. And so this place was, a tinderbox waiting for something to happen. So they'd have slides outside the top, 3-4 stories up, and they had
so it's a big cabin.
And so that's how we escaped, and that's how whenever you have fire drill.
The only indication I see how old a building is if they took out the stove that heated the room. They had one of those stove systems.
Yes, yeah, they had that.
Because you can see in certain area in buildings, like, oh, that's clearly where this whole system was heated from this fire deal.
No, it was the coolest place to go to school because no one else had a log cabin to go to school.
I tell you, I went to the elementary school last week. Did I tell you that?
Where?
It's on Fish Creek or McCaleb Road. I feel like I talked to you about this.
No.
You know how, because like when I went to school, they had a thing where it was like your parents could come to school and have lunch with you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Now it's called like Loving People Week or something like that. So all your loved ones come.
Yeah.
And
People in your life.
And
one
of my
right.
buddies asked me if I could come for his grandson. Because I have a nickname and
That's
everything.
right, yeah.
So I went, and it was bizarre. Just being back at I think it was the first time I went back to school. And what I love is my buddy and I walk in, and the lady's like, "Oh, you gotta check in. Did you guys already sign up?" And we both look at each other like,
They pat you down?
"Well, no, this is like the lady, like 'cause she's been dealing with parents or whoever all week."
Yeah.
And we both look at each other like, "Were we supposed to check in?" And they're like, she's like, "Oh no, you're good." Like, and so we had to take all this information. And then she's like, "Oh, are you also going to the book fair?" And then we both look at each other like, "There's a book fair?"
Hadn't heard a book fair in a long time.
I don't know. Like, we were just told to come here by the mom. Like, this was our day.
Yes.
So we were here.
To eat with them. Did you eat the lunch that they had? Did you
we brought him food. That's what he wanted.
You brought him food?
Yeah. But what I love is we get there and it's just chaos. There's just clothes everywhere and there's bags, and I was sitting there going like, how do we find this kid out of like all these kids coming in going from this lunchroom? And then finally we saw him. And then what I love is we took him away from his friends. Like, we sat like somewhere completely opposite. And I go, shouldn't we sat with his friends? Like, I think that would,
Yeah.
he didn't care, but
there's nothing that was so much fun when they let the parents do that in the schools. And now, of course, you can't.
You can now. Anyone could go.
No, you can't go to lunch with them.
No, I did.
No,
I'm not even related to the kid.
No, but that must be
It's a special
Was it
week.
a private school?
No.
No, it wasn't a
It was
private
a special week. That's,
school. Okay.
You
Because
know, some kids don't have dads or moms.
Yeah.
So it's like anyone could come.
I would go every day and take her food. And then they stopped doing that. They wouldn't let you bring food in unless it was in a paper bag.
Yeah, I believe it.
And it's
I
'cause
feel
they
like
didn't
every
wanna
year they
make-
come up with new rules.
Because they didn't want to make the other kids feel bad. And I said, oh, okay. So I had paper bags in my car, and I'd have to go out there and put the food in the
Isn't that
paper
great?
bags and then come in. And it was just, that was strange. So you take it out, and it's still in the Wendy's thing, or it's still in the McDonald's. If you take it out of the bag.
That reminds me. I saw a video of a guy going to a movie theater with a baby basket, and he had wings in it. So I was like, Cindy needs to know that trick. Just have a baby stroller and be like, hey, I got a baby. And, cover it up.
Yeah,
it's
you
sleeping.
cover it up,
It's
sure.
sleeping. Open it, there's the crock pot. Get your spaghetti out. So Red One, would you recommend it? That movie looked terrible when I saw the trailer. I was like, that I have no interest in seeing that.
Well, I think the 4D probably helped.
Oh, you didn't even watch
make
the
it
movie.
exciting.
That's right.
I was just no. After I started watching it,
I will let you know, Cindy. If you and I went to go see Deadpool Wolverine with that, I would immediately got up and be like, "Can we get a refund? I want to see this in a normal theater."
You've never been in a 4D?
I know exactly what it is, and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't ever want to see a movie like that.
See, I went and saw Suicide.
Because people were complaining about Twister.
Well, yeah, that
was a big. I remember like a lot of people were like, "We just don't see the movie in 4D or whatever it's called."
Suicide Squad. Did you ever see that movie?
That movie was terrible.
It was terrible, but it was in the where it just shakes you. It was before they
I
invented
get
the
it.
thing that went like this, and
Because I'd have to go like on drugs or something to and just be entertained by that alone.
it's going to throw me out of the seat. It's
Oh, I
going
know.
to throw me out of the seat because I'm slipping and I'm trying
Oh,
to
no.
hold on to the seat. And poor Cash, I had a drink that was full and it's sitting next to me, and the top came off of it. So he took the drink out. It was a calm time. He took the drink out and he put it down there, and he's trying to put the top back on it, and he's kneeling down in front of his seat. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
starts again. I went, get in your seat, He gets in the seat because I thought the seat was going up and pushing him. And I mean, it was a violent thing. So if you're even close to my age, don't do that.
Yeah.
You're going to hurt yourself.
I
Oh,
think it's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
I think it's great.
No, Chad was so upset with me that I did that. He said, "Oh, I told you not to do that." And I said, "But I saw the Suicide Squad, and I thought that wasn't that bad." But this was rough. You just got to be careful, be safe. So anyway, that was the most exciting thing that happened, I think, through the weekend with me. I didn't do anything except go shopping. I was just shopping, and I got lights put on my house. I'm so excited. I just got to take a picture of it and send it to you because there's lights on the house. And then I got this big angel, and she's holding up the star. And then I got the manger scene, and it's all lit with LED light. It's so cool looking. And then on the other side of the yard, I'll have this big reindeer, huge, lit up, beautiful reindeer, and the Santa Claus thing that's empty. There's nothing in it. It's just, so I've got to put presents. I got to wrap fake presents and
And
put
then someone
that in
steals it all.
there. Yeah, that's always the thing. I always wanted to say, can you just take a chain and put it over this? No, can't do that. Nobody's going to steal anything. You're in a gated community. And I went, gated community just means somebody waits out front till the gate opens.
Yeah, my buddy's wife was followed from the store.
Oh,
yeah,
and she went in the gated community?
Yeah.
And they went
She's
through
my
after
neighbor.
her? Oh, no.
When they found out, because like everyone's freaking out because they think people are breaking in, but then apparently they targeted her when she went to the purse store. She bought like a really nice purse for her mom for Christmas.
Uh-huh.
Followed her all the way
Oh,
from wherever store. It
no.
might have been Market Street or something like that. I was like, that's a long way to follow somebody for a purse. But then again, I don't know how much the purse was.
Well, they would never follow me because the way I dress. And
Well, you have trash coming out of the car while you're
yeah, if
driving.
you open the
So,
No,
that's
you're
probably
not
what's
supposed to expose things like that. That's not all my fault. That's kids are riding that car too, so it's not just me. But I've had kids get in the car and go like, "What happened to your car?" And I went, "You don't know what? No, it's all your friend's fault. They're so sloppy. They're horrible." But
or you could just say no food or drinks in the car.
yeah, like that's gonna work.
Yeah,
We have to drive 30 minutes there and back from someplace.
that's your choice.
No, that was their choice.
That's
They
your
made it
choice.
my choice.
Yeah.
And so I accepted the...
Look at all these crosses you have to bear.
Oh, that's why I've got
That's
such
so
wide
sad.
shoulders.
Yeah.
It's
It's a workout every day.
a workout. That's my aerobic workout. Yeah. I thought I lost my purse. I
believe
I
it.
didn't think I lost it. I thought somebody stole it because I left it in the car. And I was getting stuff out of the back, and then I forgot that my purse was still in the front seat. And so I went out there today, and I went, "Oh no, where's my?" And I thought, I'm gonna have to call Richard and tell him I can't come in because I can't find my purse, and I didn't have, and I couldn't get in your car. You can't get in your car without.
Do you have a spare?
Oh, I went and got the spare.
Yeah.
And so that told me that the purse was not in the car because if the
Where
purse
was
had
it?
been
In the trash
car,
can?
No, I couldn't find it. So I told Samuel, you got to. Cindy's the only one that can track our stuff. She's got tracks on
So
everybody.
you still don't know where your purse is right now. You have no idea where your purse is.
Yeah,
Classic.
it's right here by me.
Oh, so you do know where it is.
No, I do. So I went over to this one mirror, and I never go over to this mirror, but I just went over this mirror and just happened to look down, and there it was sitting right by the mirror, and I went, "When did I do that? Because I never put this." Anyway, so because sometimes I just get there's so many things
Getting
I'm
old
thinking
with Cindy
about.
Cochran.
No, there's just so many things that I have to think about that sometimes I forget. I always
I've
have
been
been
there.
that way.
I've been there.
You have?
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you ever gone into a room and thought, "Why am I in this room? What did I come in here for?"
Maybe in my dreams. I'm like,
But
where
you
am
never-
I? How did I get here? And then,
That's a good dream to have.
yeah.
That is when you don't know why you're there. I just would always dream, and I stopped finally dreaming about it, going to New York, and I could not remember how to get back to the hotel. and I'd be walking through these really, dangerous
Yeah.
areas, and I'd see people coming in like, "How? What are you gonna say hello, or what are you gonna do?" And so that always bothered me. Like, what do you say to somebody if you're scared? It might be somebody that might hurt you. What
Yeah, I
would you
encountered
say?
that this weekend. We were at watching the Tyson fight at that bar, and I was like, I'm gonna go to the convenience store real quick. Where's the nearest one? Like, oh, it's over here around this corner. And like halfway there, I was like, man, I probably shouldn't be walking around right now around this place. Because it's one of those neighborhoods that are the place where it was. It's like half the shopping centers are closed.
And there's a reason for that.
Yeah, that's what so half the lights of the shopping center work,
Oh,
and then like a lot of the lights don't work when you're crossing the street. I'm like, this is pretty wild.
oh
all right.
man. And you
And
got
even the guy at the convenience store is like, do you walk over here? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay, good luck.
Did he cross himself?
Yeah, he said, good luck, man. And I'm like,
Oh,
thanks,
you-
dog.
Oh, brother.
Oh, yeah. And I was wearing a bright, like lime green pulley, so like you could totally tell I was someone walking.
You didn't belong in this place.
Oh, it was great.
There's, I've done that before. My car kind of broke down or didn't have gas. Didn't
I
have enough
felt
gas.
safer walking from the bowling alley to my house than I did at that point this weekend, and
From
that
the
was like a
Well,
4-mile walk.
I was going to say that.
That was like a 4-mile walk, and I felt safer doing that.
That's sad.
It was great.
Oh, I just feel so bad for you that you're too young to have grown up in the age in the 50s or 60s where, nobody locked their doors. You didn't lock your car doors or anything like that. But you didn't have to because nobody would do anything to your stuff.
I guess.
And it was on the east end side of town.
I don't know. I grew up in a house where you double check every locked door.
Yeah. You're like,
That
now
was kind of the ongoing joke with my dad. I was like, did you grow up like fighting for your life every day? Because he's so paranoid about everything. Like my favorite thing that he does that pisses me off is he always locks the garage door. And I'm thinking but it's in the back. It's not in the front. Mm-hmm. So like if anyone's going to break into the garage, it's going to be from the front, and then they're going to use this back door to get through, which they can just unlock from inside. But without fail, like I'm putting stuff into the garage in the first door because I'm already in the house, so I go to the back door of it, and it's always locked. And I'm like, and I gotta get a key. Why do we block the back door to the garage? The front door thing I get, but not the back door. And I'm like, I don't get this. Like, why are we locking this
No way. You're saying you don't know why he locks the back door?
to the garage?
Okay, so you unlock that door and it opens up into the garage?
Yeah. So the way the garage is facing the driveway, right?
Yeah.
And there's a way to get in from there, and then there's a door in the back, for, like access from the back of the house.
Okay.
So the only way to get there is go through the house or jump a fence, and then you're at the back door.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what are we trying to deter here? Like they're already broken into the house.
True. That's true. But don't if they would go through your garage. They would love to go in
That's
your
what I'm saying. They go
garage.
through the front of the garage. They really wanted to get through.
Okay.
So, and they get through the back door. All they do is just unlock it from the inside because they're already inside.
Okay. Oh, I see.
But it's
Okay.
always an inconvenience for me because I'm always carrying something really heavy or something. And it's just like, now I got to go find a key. Got to go back inside, get a key.
I never had a automatic garage door opener,
Yeah.
and those
You had the pulley system for the drawbridge and everything?
no, you had to grab the handle and pull it up,
Oh.
and that's the way you opened it. And there was a lock on it.
I always wonder, like, what really convenient, like, the price for a garage door opener like that. Because it's really not that hard to open a garage. Without,
Well-
like if it's not automatic. Like, so you just have to open a
Right.
garage. It's really not that hard to open a garage.
Well, I don't care. I love it. I just love that thing. It's so convenient, and it wakes everybody up whenever it rumbles so much
Yeah.
because it goes up.
Especially when a mouse gets trapped in it.
Oh,
That's pretty tight. That happened one time. I remember that.
that happened to you.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Because I was like, I wonder why it's malfunctioning. And it's just by chance this rat was, going along the scaffolding area, and just the tail got caught in the chain. It's like,
Oh.
it was tight.
Oh man. Did you have to clean that out?
Yeah.
Ugh. Woo! That's sad. That would make me cry.
It was more of like, what are the odds of that happening? Like the chance of like I push the button right when I push the button. That's only like what a 7-second window of getting caught. So I didn't really believe it, and I was amazed by that. I was like,
Well, I tried to when we first moved in there, and the door was open, and I'm going to put my Yukon in there. So I drive the Yukon in there, and I push the button, and it goes, bam! I went, what did that hit? And I didn't realize that half of it was still, it wasn't fitting in there because of whatever else was in there. It didn't fit. And I went, so I did it again. I backed up and then came back in.
Made it worse.
He went, no, and it goes, bam! And I thought I would probably just ruin the back of that car. And nothing it was fine. But the sound of that going in there and just crashing into the, what do you call, what is this thing you put, it's on the back of the trailer hitch. Yeah, trailer hitch. And it didn't do a thing to it at all. It was weird, but I can't park that Yukon there. So you need to measure your car and a garage to make sure that your car is going to fit into a garage before you buy that house. I didn't do it.
yeah,
So I'm going to sell the car,
good.
the Yukon, and get a smaller car for the kids to drive whenever they decide they're going to drive.
Just get them like a beat up truck or something.
Yeah, there you go. No, I don't think they allow you to have anything that's beat up or anything in that neighborhood. You have to have
Well, that's
something.
the life you chose.
It's my fault. I know. I understand. And you're going to give me a 3-minute warning, aren't you?
No, a couple minutes.
I've got plenty of time,
Yeah.
so we can talk about who's coming.
Yeah. So we have
Thursday?
Faith Fighting Cancer in Montgomery County tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
They have an event coming up in December. So we have 3 ladies from Faith Fighting Cancer,
Okay.
and we might have somebody Thursday. I haven't confirmed it.
And that's going to be exciting too. I mean, wait till you find out how that's going to go.
Well, they're definitely going to be on in December because their event is in December. But
Yeah. But we know we have Bob
yeah,
Bob Smiley on the 10th of December. So mark that on your calendar.
But yeah. Are you going to see any movies? Are you looking forward to any movies coming out?
I don't know. Only if you'll go and pay for the popcorn and stuff. Popcorn, all that is
I don't
most
get
expensive.
popcorn.
Yeah, that's right. You just wanted something to drink. You just wanted to drink.
No, I don't. You usually get a drink either.
Oh, coffee? You wanted coffee.
Coffee.
That's
I'll
what
go
you
for,
want. Is
but
coffee. To keep
They
you-
don't sell it anymore, so boo on them.
I know. That's you have to talk to Chris about it. We got to get Chris on the show.
I wonder if he's even alive.
Not Chris Wootton. We're not talking about Chris Wootton.
I always wondered that about Chris. I
No.
was like, I wonder if he's still even here.
No, he was just having. I think he.
Because every time I talk to him, he's not at the theater. He's like, "Oh, I'm not there right now." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, but you're never there. Like, do you still work there? You can say you don't work there anymore."
But there was some health issues that he was going through because I was trying
That's
to
what
get
they
him on the
always
show.
say.
That's what they always say.
Always say.
What do you think he really is? I
He
hate
just
to.
doesn't
No,
like,
don't say
he
it.
just
Don't
doesn't
say
want to like us because we always get free movies, and he hated it.
it. Well, I love that place.
I can't believe you didn't talk about Red One. Like because you didn't really watch it, I guess.
Well, it was. I like Dwayne Johnson.
So you
and-
sat on the seat on the stairwell
on the stairs,
the whole movie.
the whole movie.
Gross.
Why? Nothing ran over my feet or anything.
Can you not turn it off?
What?
The chair?
Is there a way to turn it off?
I don't know. That's the way I would assume you could.
That would be on been lovely because I would have
Watch
done
there
that
be like a one
immediately.
big red button on it and be like off.
Just because Cash kept saying, "Grandma, are you okay? Are you okay, Grandma? Are you okay?"
We're in this together.
This is,
funny.
and I said, why didn't you tell me about this? He said, well, I just thought you wanted an adventure.
I
Yeah.
like it.
That's fine. That I do not care to ever do that again. I'll stand outside and just watch the people go by, which I'd rather have done than that. But that movie I think it was good. It was very not what you thought it was going to be like, because of he kept talking about. Well, he kept throwing in things to make you think about life. When they do that kind of
Who,
stuff.
Santa
I hate
Claus?
that. No, Dwayne Johnson. And Santa Claus talked Dwayne Johnson into. Oh, I don't want to do a spoiler alert. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a good show, and the kids will like it. It's a lot of action.
Cool.
Lots of action. So, anyway, can I tell everybody what I'd like to say?
That's it. All right, let's close up the show.
Okay. All right. So anyway, I wanted to say, please be here with us tomorrow and listen to these ladies and what they have that you can get involved in and help out with, because we know how generous the people in Conroe are. And so it would be good for you to find out a way that you can be involved and be helpful. And then on Thursday, it'll be a surprise. It sounds so exciting. I can't wait to hear all the details of this and meet some of the people that are going to be involved in it. But I can't tell you. I'm not going to tell you. You have to be here. All right. So we want to say thank you so much to our first responders, our police officers, the military, our all the people that are responding first to tragedies that happen here and abroad and all the places all over the world. We respect you. We thank you so much, especially in the military. You never know what you're going to happen to run into. And the police officers, it gets so dangerous for you, but you still go out there and help us, and you keep us safe. And in Conroe, we are safe. So anyway, call somebody that you... Don't you love that?
Are we?
You love that, Richard? Richard?
I thought this was like the number one track, where drugs go through.
He is...
That corridor. The drug...
It's a Tourette syndrome. I think you really do have that Tourette syndrome. He interjects all the time.
Well, that's why I always like having officers on the show, because they always say that kind of stuff. I'm like, wait, so this is a bad place?
They take care of you. They don't put up with anything. And there's no catch and release here. Right?
Oh, that's true. I mean,
No.
that's probably one of the greatest billboards I've ever seen.
What?
You never seen that billboard that Mark Keogh put up?
No, what do you...
It's like, we prosecute, in like really big letters. If you look up like, we prosecute. The county judge, I guess he paid for his campaign or something. It is the funniest thing. It just says, we prosecute, because it's people coming from Harris County into Montgomery County over, I think it's on Kirkendall, I think it is. But yeah, it's,
warning, we prosecute. Yeah.
It's
no
classic.
catch and release here. So anyway, call somebody you love. Have a good day, and be back with us tomorrow. Okay.